Hey, Mama Roll, what was your take on Karen Reed's civil hearing yesterday? And for that, we bring in a real authority right here. Surprise, everybody.
Dun,
Say
dun,
hello to Melanie
dun.
Little. Melanie,
Hello. Hey, Billy. Good morning.
good morning,
Morning.
gorgeous. How you doing? Shana Tova, baby.
Shana Tova to all of our friends who celebrate.
Yeah. So this was incredible. Karen Reed is right in the middle of this hearing yesterday for the civil trial that the O'Keefe family is putting on her. This guy, Damon Seligson, is he like an Aussie, this lawyer? I mean, he's cute, huh?
He's South African.
South African, handsome fella, no?
And he's very good at what he does, too. Yeah, sure. He's easy to look at, I'd say.
Do you like a bald man?
Corey Stoll is not a bad-looking bald man.
That's true.
I gotta say.
House of Cards?
Billions, right?
Billions and maybe House of Cards. There's a few things he's in, but definitely Billions.
Yeah.
I love Corey Stoll. Okay, so Karen, this guy announced, by the way, I had Alan Jackson on last week, and afterwards we went for a martini to he loves a Vesper martini. We had one Vesper martini, and I said, come on, seriously, when is this? He goes, imminently. We are going to go on offense. And there they did it right in the middle of the civil hearing. This Damon Seligson guy gets up, her lawyer, and says they're going to sue Massachusetts State Police. That's Proctor, that's Tully, that's Bukhenik, the McAlberts, all the people. They're going to bring the McAlberts in. This is one of my favorites, Melanie. Tell me about this.
Yeah.
We would be alleging that the individuals in the house, Brian, Nicole, Jen, Matt, Higgy, all those people, maybe Colin, Albert, all the individuals in the house diverted attention away from themselves towards Mrs. Reed, that law enforcement then acting on that diverted attention collectively conspired to ensure what happened in the house was not explored or investigated. This is what an innocent person does, don't you think?
This is what we call season 3, Billy. Those of us who watched season 1 and season 2 and pre-production of both seasons as well have been waiting for season 3, and this is season 3. So she's not only suing or intends to sue or bring claims against Massachusetts State Police, Proctor, Tully, Bukhenik individually, not because what they did, she's going to allege, is outside the scope of their employment, outside the color of law, by conspiring to violate her civil rights, malicious prosecution. She's going to sue Brian Albert and Nicole Albert, Jennifer McCabe, Matt McCabe, and Brian Higgins. Those are the only 5 that were mentioned. And what's so interesting about this is we thought maybe she was going to bring them in and point the finger at them and say, I didn't kill John O'Keefe. They did. But that's not what she's saying. She's saying those 5 people conspired to, because they were so in bed with law enforcement and friends and in law enforcement, to point Proctor, Bukhenik, Tully, the Mass Police away from them. Onto Karen, which is a violation of her civil rights. It's a civil conspiracy. And it's
sick.
That hard to prove because of all the text messages they uncovered from the feds. And they're also going to sue Canton PD for failing to secure the Sallyport garage.
Oh, the famous Sallyport garage, where first Kelly Dever said she saw suspicious hanging out going on there.
Right.
Around with Higgy and who was the other guy? Was it
Berkowitz?
Berkowitz
Chief
and Higgy.
Berkowitz.
And then I can't remember. That was a false memory. I don't recall. And that's a totally shady operation in Sallyport. This is what an innocent person does. I always think of, look, when people settle, or I see this all the time out here in Hollywood, but they settle or they it just want to make it go away. There's too much stress. And I say, something's wrong there. If someone accuses me of something horrible, like, some type of like this or assault or something like that, I am fucking coming after you with everything.
Guns a-blazing.
Right?
Alan Jackson coming in, taking no prisoners.
I mean, this is just, they've got to be like, what have we done? I mean, the McAlberts, there goes the rest of your life because you decided to pin something horrible on this girl you thought you could roll up and send to jail.
The depositions are going to be interesting. Civil discovery rules are very broad. And so you can pretty much depose anybody, and you can pretty much, I don't know if you've ever sat for a deposition, but you can be asked anything at a deposition in a civil case. And all of the objections are preserved for the time of trial. And they're also, all of them, the McCabes and the Alberts and Brian Higgins, are going to have to hire attorneys to represent them. It's going to cost them a lot of money.
Look at
Karen
Jackie
has attorneys
right
appointed by her insurance company, so her defense isn't costing her anything.
Jackie on the screen below says we're going to see more of Fairview. Ripped floors, red paint on garage steps. Colin, who's a different kind of special? This loose cannon's going to flip on Higgy. Oh, yeah, I did ask Alan. I said, what about Colin Albert? He's a troubled guy. He's had a past that's not so good. And, he's gotten in trouble before, and DUIs and violence. And he said, oh, yeah, yep, he's on the table. I mean,
well, they haven't named him as a party, but he can certainly give a deposition, What did he see? What does he know?
Yeah, you can pull anyone up. What else? It's interesting. Is that standard, Melanie, to in the middle of a hearing? It's just a sort of a pre-trial introductory hearing to this, to then bring up what you're going to do on offense. That was obviously their plan, but is that instead of just defending themselves, they announced this lawsuit?
Nothing about this case is normal. Nothing about this case is usual. These cases are never televised. This is a civil, basically the way it was brought by the O'Keefes against Karen. It's a civil car accident case. It's a motor vehicle fatality. That's the case that they brought. These cases are rarely televised. Court TV was able to get a camera in there. The only person surprised by what Damon Seligson said about who they intend to sue was apparently the plaintiff's attorney. And I'm shocked that he was surprised, because he was sitting in the courtroom of Karen Reed's second trial every day. And so we've all known or suspected or hoped or, that they were going to bring in the McCabes and the Alberts and all Proctor, Bukhenik, and the police, both police departments, as third-party defendants. We've been waiting for it. He seemed to be the only one surprised. And so when he made a big stink about, they didn't tell me, they didn't give me notice, there's no requirement that they give him notice. So they were just letting the judge know, listen, here's what we intend to do, to feel the judge out, get a sense for what the judge was going to do about it. And they have two avenues to pursue. They could either ask this judge to allow them to bring this case in conjunction with the case that's already existing, or if they need to bring a separate lawsuit in federal court or in state court, and then maybe, because the cases are so intertwined, they could be consolidated. Because if they're not consolidated, the McCabes, the Alberts, all of these people are going to be deposed in the wrongful death case, the alleged car accident case. And they'd also have to give depositions in a second lawsuit. So what he's saying is, let's streamline this. Let's keep the cases together.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to have to duplicate all this work for everyone. Costs, judicial economy. So it makes sense to do it this way. Whether the judge will allow them to do it remains to be seen.
Look at this question below for you, Melanie. What is the next date in her civil trial? So they've got the hearing here. They announced what their intentions are. Where do we go?
November 21st, which is the Friday before Thanksgiving, as sort of like a dig to Alan Jackson, like, hey, pay the top dollar for your first class red eye from LAX, Mr. Jackson.
To get home. That's so mean.
Right? Because all the college kids are flying home. It's crazy. So he says he's going to decide the motion to dismiss by that time. The defense has moved to dismiss a couple of the claims in the lawsuit, the emotional distress claims that were brought by Peggy O'Keefe.
Did that get, that will be decided in November, whether they get to dismiss those?
He'll issue a written decision before the next conference, before 11/21. They argued that motion yesterday as well.
Oh my God. Yeah. There was no collision. You don't get to claim distress. You didn't even get to the hospital until way after these are standard things. I think she's in great shape. The fact that this is happening is just insane. I thought the O'Keefes would drop this. But unfortunately, they launched it before the criminal trial, acquittal verdict came in, right? So they're like, shit, we're in it already.
Yeah, and they didn't have to do that because there was still 6 months left on the statute of limitations. So when they filed this in August of 2024, I did a whole show on it. I was like, why are they doing it now? Not a smart move, because now they should have anticipated this. And if the McCabes and the Alberts are friendly now with the O'Keefes, and that's why they didn't sue them, that may change the status of their relationship, because all of these people need to go out and get lawyers that are paid by the hour. And good legal representation is not cheap. It's not cheap.
What are the chances the judges dismiss? Mary asked that a second ago.
Well, they're only asking for the certain claims to be dismissed, the emotional distress claims. And so there hasn't been any discovery yet. And so typically judges are hesitant to throw cases out based on the papers. But you never know what this judge might do.
This judge can just say nothing and be more popular than the last judge,
right?
Bev Canoni.
Yeah, he tried to explain things to the audience. I don't know if he's ever been on TV before. I don't know if the camera's ever been in his courtroom, but he was very, he was like a teacher. He was teaching the worldwide audience how things are done in civil court. It was interesting to see because we never see that.
Was it more convincing than Trump teaching America about Tylenol for pregnant women?
That I did not catch up on, because I've been, very involved in Karen Reed and Turtle Boy and all the other things that are going on in Massachusetts.
You have to see this today. You have to see this. There was a press conference last night when he's saying, Tylenol, I'm going to say it right now, not good. Pregnant ladies, don't do it. Don't take the Tylenol.
That's a pretty good impression.
Oh, it's the impression of the impression. You know what I mean? The one that every sort of the fallback one.
I was looking at him the other day on Charlie Kirk's funeral for a minute. When he was speaking, he looked exactly like Daryl Hammond. And I thought, oh my God, that's crazy.
Maybe it was
Daryl used to play him on SNL. It was crazy.
Someone said earlier in the chat about Karen, she said, the word around Boston is that Higgy is going to roll. Ooh, wouldn't that be good? Higgy, except for we all think it is Higgy. Like he's the roll on who, himself? I don't know.
I don't know. People have been saying that for years.
Crazy
so
Colin.
We'll see.
Yeah. Question for Billy from Juju Bean. Here we go. Are you still leaning towards Crazy Colin? I think that's what they mean. Yeah, I do. I do think that Colin Albert is a great place to look. And Alan Jackson agreed.
It'll be interesting to see what he says at his deposition.
Oh my God, Melanie, you're the best. We've got season 3. I mean, there's just so much action. It doesn't stop rolling.
I know you did some casting for, and I did too on my channel. We took like a poll on who should play who. And now that Elizabeth Banks has been cast as Karen in a different series that Alan and Karen are not involved in, who do you think will play Jennifer McCabe? I don't know if we ever talked about
Well, first of all, I want to say that I think the Elizabeth Banks series will get dropped.
You think? Why?
I do. I think she's going to back away from it because I think the Karen series, if they can line up the right heft, which I believe they can, because it was that popular, I think, enough people are interested in this town. If they line up the right people behind it, and that's the one Karen is participating in, the other one starts to look a little stupid. And I think I have very little faith that the Elizabeth Banks series goes through.
You think David E. Kelly is going to let it go?
I do.
All right. How much do you want to bet?
Well,
put 100 on it?
Unless Karen does a movie, then they can do a mini series. Because I know we don't know that Karen's is a series. I think Karen's will likely be a movie.
Interesting.
Big movie, important people, a lot of heft. And that in that case, then there's room for the series.
Yeah.
With Banks. Yeah, so I like I was saying for Alan, I like Jason Sudeikis in the role. I just think it would be very strong for him. If not, maybe a Ben Affleck because of that neck of the woods. Ben loves that area. He would be good. I do think Amy Schumer has to be Bev Canoni no matter what. It may be a dramatic role for her.
Right.
No jokes, no funny, but she just looks like her. So,
yeah. We'll see. It's definitely going to be interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting. And it's going to take forever. It takes years. I mean, the case right now is scheduled to go to trial or be done by August of 2027. And if they bring in 10 new defendants, you can kick the can down the road another year. Robert Downey Jr. was the winner in our poll to play Alan. So
he would be great.
Choice.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
I would applaud that. And and what a nice compliment. You're Alan Jackson. You're like, Robert Downey Jr. is playing me.
Right.
Great. You play you, Melanie. I need you in there. You got to have the podcasting and the legal and you'll play you because you've got those chops. I can see it. You're an actress.
And you can play you.
I'll play me. I'll play me if you play you.
Let's start working behind the scenes. Yeah, I'd like you to come on my channel and to talk about your psilocybin journey if that's something you'd like to do, because
totally.
I really am so interested. I watched your show on that. I found it fascinating. It's like 9 Perfect Strangers in real life. Did you watch 9 Perfect Strangers?
Let me tell you this, I did watch it. Absolutely. I've watched season 1 and 2. I love anything Nicole Kidman's in, I will watch. She's in there with Kate Winslet. Anything she's in, I will watch. That said, the weird one she did recently, The Emperor or something, I couldn't do it. But she'll always get me to tune in to check it out. My 86-year-old mother, we've had long conversations after my journey, and she's watched me spin my wheels in personal life and other things for a few years, and therapists and the whole thing. And my mom said, do you think I'm too old? I need to see Dad. My dad died 4 years ago. She's like, I need a connection there. And I said, Mom, I don't think you're too old. I mean, no. I think you should, because I guarantee you'll make a connection, and I guarantee you'll feel some type of resolve. I've made 4 major decisions since it, and which I wasn't able to do before, and every one of them is right, and a bang, 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 off we go.
Well, you said you were going to go back a couple of more times, right? So maybe one of the next times you go back, you can bring your mother with you. Bring her with you, and then she wouldn't be afraid.
I know. And I think like that's mid-October, and I'm doing a 6-pack. I'm doing at least 6 sessions with all the work in between, the reading and right now, Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl. We're going right to Auschwitz and how he, in worst possible, situations against him, found character, found the ability to survive. If he could do it there. That's one book. They gave me like 30. So you read in between, then you go back.
Wow.
And the major thing is stop telling the old stories of whatever happened to you or what was there, get both feet in the future. Not one in the future and one still in the past, and everything is going forward. And woo! We're cooking, Mel.
You feel good, huh? Where is this place? I mean, like geographically on the East Coast? Is it? You can't really say.
Secret location.
Call me.
I'll tell you. Okay. All right. Let's stay in touch. I'll come on anytime. And thank you for doing this.
I love that. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Oh, the great Melanie Little.